feeling your best may mean looking your best.
Down, up. All right, girls, here we go.
Or maybe it's inspiring someone else.
I've had a lot of people help me over the years, but there's nobody who I feel like really cares about me. And Teresa's just, she's just always there.
Hey, Rockwell, I haven't seen you. I missed you. George, how are you, dear?
But perhaps it's knowing you're doing everything you possibly can to make your community better.
Okay. Through the art to the public, that's pretty powerful.
It is time to get uplifted. Thank you for joining me. I'm Allison Seymour. It is Women's History and Empowerment Month, and I'm sure you know women in your own life who are always working to make your community better. But we know there are so many more making a positive impact. So in this episode, we are diving deeper into the individuals and the groups here in the DMV that are empowering others. And we start by highlighting a woman-run shop in DC that's bringing the definition of a girl gang to a whole new level. Femme Fatale features products made from 40 local women entrepreneurs, and this includes arts and crafts, home decor, jewelry, accessories, and so much more. And joining us now to talk about the impact that they're making in the community are co-founders C. Smith. Good morning, C.
Hello.
And also Adriana Mendoza. Adriana, good morning to
Good
you.
morning.
We're so happy you're here. So first, talk to us all about Femme Fatale. How did this idea come into being?
Yeah, so Femme Fatale DC started out of necessity. We needed a safe, empowering space to be able to gather like-minded women to connect and express themselves. And so at first we started out populating different venues throughout the city, but we soon realized that borrowing space also came with limitations. And we wanted full control of our creative power. So for us, we wanted to reflect our vision in an unrestricted way. So in 2017, we took the leap and we launched our 3-month pop-up. And today we have activated 7 different neighborhoods with our our signature energy and our creativity. So we're very happy.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
See, so this goes a long way as far as making sure that women entrepreneurs and their arts are right there for everyone to see. What's this impact been that you've seen from Femme Fatale?
I think the impact of Femme Fatale has been huge. We've worked with hundreds of women over the last 9 years, activating community and just giving women entrepreneurs a space to showcase their products, grow their business, connect with new customers. When you hear the mayor say things like from vacant to vibrant, we're a perfect example of that you can take an opportunity and grow it, make it thrive and become an impact for the people and the environment around you.
Right. We heard the word audacity a lot a couple of administrations ago, right? So the audacity for you all to think that you could step out and do this, what made you think that you could do this?
Yeah, I think that's the perfect word, is the audacity when you take that opportunity.
Yeah.
For us, it is, it's not an option for us to show up, and also hearing, from our gatherings what people need. And so we, took on the lead to make sure that we can create space for women to tap into themselves. Like, that is the power of Femme Fatale DC, is for us to help people carve out a little bit more of themselves to really, really see who they are.
Wow.
We want them to fully see. And so when you step into our shop or our experiences, that's what you're feeling.
I love that. And you hit on it a little bit, but let's talk more about the different events that you do for the community. What is a typical Femme Fatale event like, and how do people get involved?
I think there's a duality to them. We focus a lot on things like pitch competitions, business development, and things that help entrepreneurs grow. But we also have a really creative side where we are also nourishing the entrepreneurs through connectivity with each other and the community as well. Adriana, being our creative director, comes up with some really awesome, amazing, like out of the box things that really bring people together, and that's the base of the energy that we offer in our space.
We were seeing some of the pictures of some of the events. It seems to me that just by creating this community, just even the energy in the space lets people go out and think that they can also do what they might have thought was impossible. What's next? What do you hope for when people think about Femme Fatale in this community? I'll ask both of you, what do you want them to walk away with? I'll start with you.
It is the energy. What we really are here to do is to foster and spark something within you so you can take that out into the world for yourself, and also to be able to amplify it, whether it's in a small community to your friends and family or to a larger. I think that we are, Femme Fatale started in 2016 at a very, pivotal point in political and social climate. And here we are again. And so community is everything, and experiences and connection is everything. That's why we host events, is because human connection is essential to it all.
It really
is. So we have to continue to rely on each other, and we are here to help nurture that and show you that it's possible.
Yeah. And see, I'll end with you. Why should people come out? Why should people get involved? Why should they go to the shop? What do you want people to know?
I want people to know that you are truly supporting an ecosystem of women entrepreneurs. You'll receive something. When you come into our shop, you receive the energy, but knowing that your dollars are going to support people that are working extremely hard to sustain themselves, sustain their families in a way and on a journey that they've chosen for themselves. That we can be unconventional with the help of the community. So it's for everyone. It's not just giving to the entrepreneurs or supporting them. The community really walks away with a sense of fulfillment and connectivity as well. And I think that that's what makes us unique and special.
Okay, well, we'll be putting up the information so that people can get involved. Release that inner entrepreneur.
Yes.
Let your audacity shine.
Let the audacity, yes.
Yes, okay.
Yep.
See, Adriana, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Well, our next story is all about creating strong, healthy women in a safe space, and it's empowering women across the region to feel and look their best. Our Alexis Wainwright stopped by Her Flex Fitness in Hyattsville to find out what makes this gym so special.
Keep going. I'll give you 3 words. Empowering, transformative. All right, girls, here we go. And I would just say overall very special to myself, to the women that go here.
Her Flex Fitness in Hyattsville is building a solid community for strength and conditioning. But when you look around quickly, you'll notice it's all women here.
I want to create a name that lets women know this space is for you. So I really just wanted to have an outlet for women to come in, love on themselves, be selfish for an hour. So make sure you relax those shoulders.
Owner and coach Samaya Williams says it wasn't easy creating this gym.
Row.
But just 4 years after starting her business, she's opening her second location.
It was very hard to open up a women-only space. But you see oftentimes that the gyms, the women-only gyms, they open and then they close shortly after. And I was like, okay, what can I do that doesn't happen? Down, up. Being in unisex spaces, it was relieving to find this space where you really can come and really just be yourself.
Williams says it's more than just lifting weights. It's also about woman empowerment and community.
She's really dedicated to this, dedicated to the women in the community, and dedicated to us being better. There you go. I want to cater to my community. I want to open up a space to where women can come in, be themselves, be authentically themselves, which is why you hear the hip hop and R&B. You see the girls come in and they work out with their headscarves on.
And she hopes to continue to expand and create places like this where women can flex and learn to love yourself every rep of the way.
It is really a blessing to really see my vision come into fruition, because I knew that there were a lot of women who need a space like this. Here we go, girls.
Alexis Wainwright, WUSA 9.
Now, since reporting on the gym, Her Flex Fitness has opened another women-only gym. That one's in Forestville, Maryland. Way to go. Well, we are giving you the inside scoop when it comes to seeing women-owned businesses thrive. It helps us as women remember we got this. We are giving you the inside scoop when it comes to seeing women-owned businesses thrive. It's just a little reminder that as women, we got this. So we wanted to spotlight a woman-owned ice cream shop in Northwest DC that is serving up empowerment one scoop at a time. Joining us is Karen Sellers, the owner of Here's the Scoop. Now, do you want me to say the co-owner? You know why. You know who's here.
Of course.
Okay.
Definitely.
One half of the scoop. So we're just so happy that you're here. And look, I have long loved your shop. It sits right there, right next to Howard University. Got a big old ice cream cone in the front.
Yes.
Right?
Does, yep.
And just to the delight of the community. What do you think opening your shop, especially in this historic neighborhood, what's it done for the community?
Actually, it's brought a lot of happiness to the community. I'm pretty much serving so many long-term neighbors that's been in the community, new ones, the students. It actually brings a lot of joy in the community, and I've been there for a very long time myself.
And how could it not bring joy? You look lovely. This pink is gorgeous. We didn't plan this, did we, ladies? You have an event that's coming up on the 16th, the Put Her First event. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, so Here's the Scoop will be hosting a vendor event for local Black-owned, women-owned businesses. We'll have bakers, we'll have florists, we'll have fashion boutique. She'll have all kinds of accessories. So it's going to be a real positive event for women to showcase their goods, and Here's the Scoop really likes to promote and collaborate with other businesses to give them a place to showcase their goods.
And before we move on to everything you have here and what made you open up the shop, how can people get involved? Do you just show up at the shop on the 16th?
Pretty much, it's free entry.
Okay.
You just show up, you're welcome. Hopefully it'll be a great crowd, and we'll just kind of control it because it's a very small space, but we're looking forward to having many people if we can.
Okay, and where did this idea come from? Why did you think, okay, I know what we need on Georgia Avenue, here's the scoop?
Really, like I said, I've been there pretty much all of my life. I had a hair salon, and I kind of wanted to get from behind the chair, get out to meet some different people, but then also touch people to bring them, happiness, great customer service, a great experience, and something that makes them feel good no matter what they're dealing with. They're able to come in and feel good when they leave.
Okay, and Karen, I was speaking with you, but who do you have with you today?
This is my good girlfriend, Carolyn.
All right, thanks for being with us,
Very
Carolyn.
supportive.
Okay, so when you come in, what is this an example of here? Are these other vendors as well? I know you said the flowers, but tell us about what you have today.
So we have Aunt Dee Dee's cookies. She has amazing cookies in a wide variety of flavors, things that you probably have never even heard of, like peanut butter and jelly cookies, some cornbread and something. She has so many different flavors. Then we have Sugar Plug here, her red velvet cupcakes and her carrot cupcakes. And we have Miss Donna Faye here. She does a wide variety of pound cakes. So we brought some different ones that can be tried. And then we have Kaleidoscope's Blossom. All of these are young women from the DMV that are starting up their own businesses, and I just wanted to give them an opportunity to showcase their things. And the one last one is Miss Romia's Boutique. I just have on some of her earrings. I'm a little laid back, so I don't do fancy stuff, but she has like some amazing fashion accessories that she will be showcasing.
I love it. Yes, I love those too. I'm a hoops girl, not today, but typically I'm a hoops girl. Okay, so now let's get back to Here's the Scoop before we let you go. You just have a couple of the offerings from the shop when you come in. Can you tell us what you're making?
So today we're just going to do a simple brownie sundae, which is really popular, in the store. It won't be what you actually get in the store because it is amazing. 2 huge scoops of ice cream on top of our homemade brownies. You get to choose your own ice cream. I just brought campfire s'mores, something.
Okay. Oh, don't worry, Carolyn. I'll eat that. Oh, don't worry. It won't go to waste.
Something a little. But honestly, with the brownie, it is amazing. And then they're able to choose one topping and whipped cream and all that good stuff. And
now, my first job in high school was at Baskin-Robbins.
Oh, wow.
I always shout them out. But if they're watching today, sorry, Baskin-Robbins. Here's the Scoop got you beat today. Period.
Yeah, we're on to something else now.
Okay, right. We have moved on.
But it's really the students in the area, they love this. They come in, these go right out the door. We offer everything, milkshakes, ice cream cookie sandwiches, scoops, everything. And we really enjoy it.
Tell us about this ice cream before. I mean, I personally love me some ice cream. So what's the secret to a good scoop of ice cream as far as the flavors and the texture and all that? What would you say it is?
Some good fats and some good all the things that we don't need, but all the things that really just bring you happiness in moderation.
In moderation, that's it. Okay. And then the banana split is what Ms. Harlan is working on now. So look, I encourage you, if you are, I don't care if you're not in the area, it's a destination. And you cannot miss it there on Georgia Avenue with the scoop. So here's the scoop. This is Karen Sellers, and that's Harlan. And thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you
so much. And again, the event is on March 16th. Go and check out all the different vendors. And the address on Georgia Avenue?
It's 2824 Georgia Avenue, Northwest, Washington, D.C.
Okay. Love it. Oh, no, keep scooping. Okay. We know that many women are heroes either at work or at home or in their community. And coming up, we're going to show you how this local hero is making sure people in our area feel seen. Welcome back. Well, you don't have to wait until Halloween to dress up as one of the thousands of iconic women from history. The Daughters of the American Revolution Museum is hosting a women's history costume party later this month. And joining us now to talk all about it is the museum's curator of education, Kevin Lucas. Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm really glad to be here.
Actually. It's actually very nice to see a man from the Daughters of the American Revolution
wouldn't
Museum.
think.
I don't know why, but
yeah.
I love that. So first of all, for people who are not familiar, just with just the majesty of Constitution Hall, of just the history of the building to and the location, can you just give the 15-second elevator speech about how important this, almost like a monument, is in the DC landscape?
Yeah, the historic building there, it's sort of a campus that makes up the DAR headquarters. Has been around the city for 110 years, and it's been a beautiful landmark right next to the White House. And the museum, which opened shortly thereafter inside the building, has been a great way to reach out to the public and have a lot of fun and learn here right in downtown.
Look, I've lived here for most of my life, had no idea there was a museum inside. Give us the hours when we can go and see just before we get into this costume event. What's
great is the museum's open 6 days a week. It's open from around 9 to 4 every day. And it's free. It's been free to the public since 1910-ish.
Wow.
So.
Now, how did I not know? It's been around since 1910.
You know, we're working on it. We really, I think our current initiative is, you know, we're in a beautiful community and we want to really get to know our neighbors and feel more like a neighborly museum.
Right. Okay, we'll talk about this event. How creative to really bring history alive. Tell us all about this costume event.
Yeah, the DAR Museum interprets a lot of historic craft, making things, including clothing and dresses and all sorts of things. And we wanted an event that could celebrate women, which is the whole focus of the building, but also really exemplify our community and craft. And we have a lot of wonderful costume makers and cosplayers of all sorts here in DC.
Yes.
And so we thought, let's have a night where we can all get together as a little community and celebrate women in history, but also have fun.
Is this sort of, is this from years past that we're looking at right here on that monitor? Okay.
Yeah, this was last year.
Oh, that is so great. Okay, when you go to the museum just on a regular day, not with an event, what kind of artifacts are there? What's in the museum?
Yeah, so we call ourselves the Museum of the American Home. And the idea is that, you know, in Washington especially, we have so many big museums that focus on high political figures, that this really focuses on American living and culture from around 1690 to 1930 to look at how Americans as a concept develop. And so you'll see things like tea sets and quilts that are both very, very intimate objects, but tell us a lot bigger stories about us as Americans.
What kind of characters from history have shown up in years past, just for some ideas if you're trying to go this year?
You know, excessively popular is Mary Poppins. So we have, I'm guaranteed we'll have some Mary Poppinses.
Okay.
We had some great costumes that were couples last year, including Marie Curie and radium. Amelia Earhart and her plane was terrifically fun.
We just saw RGB there too. Malala Yousafzai's there as well. So these are fictional and...
But also country Beyonce and Dolly Parton. So we want a pretty big spectrum and some topical stuff, and it's delightful. We never know what's going to come in through the doors the night of.
I think it's great. Okay, so how do people sign up? Give us all the details. If you have to talk about a cost to get in, we need to know everything because we want to go.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
So dar.org/museum museum, you'll see our events page. You can go and get a ticket there. It's $45, but it comes with 2 drink tickets, hors d'oeuvres, and of course there'll be a lot of fun and activities while you're there to see the building as well.
Will there be the minuet? Or the waltz? Because that's what I think of. I think when people see that building, they think, oh no, I've got to be dressed up to go in. But you're really inviting everyone to come in.
Oh yeah.
So
it'll have something for everybody.
Okay.
There was an electric slide last year.
We'll say less.
Got to have it, exactly. Yeah.
Well, guess where I'll see you? We'll see you at the Museum of the Daughters of the American Revolution. Kevin, thank you so much
for
pleasure. Joining us. So much fun. All righty. Well, some of you may have marched in the women's rallies in years past, and we checked though, womensmarch.com. Doesn't look like there are any rallies planned for our area this year. So we're going to take you back to 2019 when local artists got together to make the march extra special. Here's more.
Inside this old firehouse, artists are hard at work, stapling, painting, sewing, and creating a vision for women and femmes, a voice for the Women's March.
Always into feminine empowerment, specifically empowerment of Black feminine peoples, because there's a lot of violence that's been enacted against us, and art's kind of been a way for me to undo that.
Amir Kadar created these capes, long and flowing, to represent the sea of change, one that came first in the march being more inclusive this time around.
And in the past, I had some problems with the Women's March and how they had enacted policies. So I almost saw this as an opportunity to put action to my thoughts against the march, and instead of like being so anti, come from a place of change.
This is the first time many of these 8 artists have worked together, but their collaborations will be in the front of the march, a whole city block's length.
Translate these policies that can sometimes sort of seem dense and a little bit inaccessible through the art to the public so that people can feel connected to it.
This is a moment to illuminate how, like, collectively, we're all going to be in a much better, stronger, more engaged, fulfilling space if we can fight for the rights of everyone.
We created a very all-encompassing list of agenda items and messaging.
That's pretty powerful.
For sure.
In Brentwood, Maryland, Delia Gonsalves, WUSA 9.
We want to highlight one of our local art museums' impact on our community. Joining us now is the National Museum of Women in Art Director of Library and Research Center, Elizabeth Ajunwa. Welcome.
Thank you.
Happy Women's History Month.
Happy Women's History Month.
You know, I know that this is your focus all year round, but why is it important, do you think, to set aside some time to really recognize and honor the contributions of women?
Well, when it comes in terms of our museum, we really want to highlight the gender inequality in the arts world. And while there's been lots of strides made to make sure that women are highlighted, our museum really tries to do that 365 all the time, and not just at certain moments of the year.
And through your eyes, what are some of the big things that we still need to tackle even in 2025?
Well, as library director, I'm all about archives and history and making sure we're keeping a record of the amazing contributions of women, and specifically women artists. So we want to make sure that we're keeping our women artists in history and that we're highlighting them in our archives, in our history books, and making sure that scholars know the amazing works that women have done. Yeah.
What role can the public play? You know, I hear this. I have 3 daughters. They're almost all grown up now, so I care deeply about this issue. But what role can the general public, what would you want them to play as far as making sure that these stories are told and that they are treasured for centuries to come?
Well, I think making sure that you know that history is always living and happening within us all the time, and making sure that you're keeping not only your the famous people alive, but also your local.
We know 4 people.
Right.
Susan B. Anthony, we know Harriet Tubman, you know, maybe Phyllis Wheatley, but there's so many other stories to also honor.
Right, and in the arts world, for instance, it's usually Frida Kahlo or George O'Keeffe, and we want to make sure that people are highlighting all of those things, not only your local histories, but also the histories of many women artists that are not talked about.
Right. Let's get back to that, that title, Book Arts. Can you explain exactly what that is?
Yeah. So at the National Museum of Women in the Arts, we have over 25,000 books and resources that people can access, but we also have this really interesting collection of what's called book arts. So we have graphic novels, we have what are called zines, but we also have these interesting works of art called artist books. And we will be having an exhibition on those really shortly in April. But yeah, so book arts are basically works of art. They can look like a book or look like something completely new.
I love that. And you talked about an event in April. What other things can the public come in and really get into the museum and get all into all the exhibits that you have and the activities?
Yeah. So specifically with the library, we host a Wikipedia edit-a-thon with Wikimedia DC, and that will be March 27th. That's a virtual event, so anybody can participate in that. We encourage it, like we were talking about earlier, ways you can interact with history and archives. This is a perfect way to do it. A lot of people use Wikipedia as their first stop for research, so we want to make sure that that information is correct.
And is it true that anybody could go on there and basically edit?
Yeah, you can.
That's
you
wild.
can. So we're trying to teach people how to do this, and also get the history of artists that people don't know about in the zeitgeist in Wikipedia.
Okay, how do people get in touch? How do people see what activities are going on at the museum? Is there a website?
Yes, so we are at nmwa.org, and if you are interested, please come and join us. We're really, really excited. We have a whole slate of activities and resources, the Wikipedia edit-a-thon. We have an exhibition coming up in April that's called A Radical Alteration, which I think is really cool, and so I think people will really love to see that. So yeah, there's so many wonderful things. I also want to plug our NIMWA Nights. It's like it's an after hours museum party that can just have an interesting way for people to get in touch with the museum and art. So
and each other, like a community. Before we let you go, how cool is your job?
I love my job. I get to be a nerd and nerd out on art and history and archives, and really do what I am passionate about, which is highlighting women and non-binary artists and trans artists and all kinds of artists who are marginalized. So I love that work.
We need it now.
Yes.
We need it.
Yes, yes.
Leave it right there. Okay. This is Elizabeth Ajunwa. She is the Director of Library and Research Center at the National Museum of Women in the Arts. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Happy Women's History Month.
Happy Women's History Month.
Now to a local woman whose kindness has helped many people in our area feel seen. Our Sean Martinelli explains this inspiring story in the heart of it.
Outside this paper source store in Bethesda, Maryland, countless people have passed him by.
He's there, every day, 7 days.
The man on that bench is named Donald.
Some of them are funny. Then we have a lot of anniversary cards.
The woman in the store is assistant manager Teresa Boucher. 14 years ago, she did something few ever do. Instead of walking past Donald,
you decided to stop.
Exactly. Hey, Donald. How you doing? Always good to see you, my friend.
Her friend. That's how Teresa views Donald.
Look at that smile.
And it's how people like him see her. What's in these bags is a big reason why.
I'll bring these in. Yeah. Of course, I love snacks, and I love the sweets. Because someone said, why'd you come up with snack bag? I said, because I like snacks.
Every week, Teresa fills these sacks for those on the street. She's joined by neighbors who help her help others.
She's really the kindest person that I've ever met.
So I joined in and fill in. Yeah, she's always flying around.
But she hasn't always been flying high.
Yes. My older brother, I still miss him, 2002.
Teresa's brother Jimmy was a quiet advocate for the unhoused in D.C. In 2002, he had a heart attack and died.
Yeah, we weren't ready, but he always told me to do the right thing. And if I wasn't sure what the right thing was, to do the next right thing.
The next right thing led her here.
He passed away May of 2002, and then September of 2003, I really went into more volunteering. trying to keep his memory alive.
That's why with every bag,
Jose!
Teresa knows every name, why she sees every person.
George, how are you, dear? Hey, Rockwell, I haven't seen you. I missed you.
A lot of them will come in and say, I've just, I've had a lot of people help me over the years, but there's nobody who I feel like really cares about me. And Teresa's just, she's just always there.
Just like Jimmy.
Mm-hmm. I still miss him. He's right there. Hey, buddy. Hey, friend, how are you?
They're guiding Teresa to the next person in need, reminding her that the unhoused should never be unseen.
Okay, my friend Ricky, take care of yourself. Stay safe, stay warm. Have a great night. Thanks, Ricky.
In Bethesda, Maryland, Sean Martinelli, WUSA 9.
Sean has taken some time out from really telling those stories that get right there into your soul.
Yeah.
He's to be with us right now. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good,
I'm doing well. Always
good.
happy to be here.
Oh my gosh.
2 weeks in a row.
I know.
Yeah.
See you next week. But in the meantime, how did you, I'm always just in awe of these stories that you find. So how did you even know about Teresa?
Well, the best ones just come to me. And my Aunt Alice, she was in town for a wedding, and she was walking around downtown Bethesda, and she sees this woman crossing the street with these green bags in her hand. And she runs up to her and says, "What are you doing?" And Teresa...
she's a reporter too.
Yeah, in her own way, yes.
Okay.
She's never met a stranger.
Okay.
And Teresa was caught off guard. She thought she was going to get in trouble or something, and my aunt just wanted to know her story and passed it along to me, and I'm really glad she did.
Right. And how impactful that she is keeping her brother's memory alive in this way. My goodness, what were you left with having met her and talked with her?
I think it was just, she has this pure heart, and her brother made such an impact on her life. And I didn't know that until I spoke with her on the phone, and I asked her, "Why are you doing this?" And she mentioned her brother and how he helped so many people in DC. And so she's keeping that memory alive, and in that way, he's still here with us.
Right. Before we let you go, because I know you're busy, these stories, what does it mean to you? How do you not, leave with a little part of this, or do you, a little part of these stories?
I do, and I'm happy that they stay with me, because I think, I always tell people, no matter what you see in the rest of the news, I think this is really who we really are. These people like Teresa, more people are like that than not.
Well, keep reminding us.
I will.
Okay, see you next week.
Oh, sounds good.
You don't have to
We'll
make
it a
any
date.
Okay, see you then. Thanks, Sean. Appreciate it. And before we go, we do want to highlight another resource that could help hundreds of local women and families. Tamika Page and Latoya Ball opened the She Suite Pantry and Resource Hub in Prince George's County in honor of Women's History Month. It's a transformative space meant to empower. And I sat down with the co-founders of this hub to find out what it's all about. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning. Thank you. Good morning.
First of all, you just broke ground with Women's History Month, so this month in March. Why the need to open up this resource hub? Tamika, I'll start with you.
Well, we do a collective impact project every year, and we've been doing that for the last 7 years that aligns with the national theme. However, this year we decided to do the pantry and resource hub because of what's happening at the federal level. We feel that it is an absolute necessity to be a resource for the federal workers and just our community and underserved community at large.
And Latoya, I'll ask you, the mission, I know the big umbrella is to uplift women during this time, but what are some of the resources that you provide?
We provide fresh produce, wardrobe styling, cooking classes. We have a holistic therapist. We have a slew of community partners that will be offering different trainings, soft skill trainings. But we're really here to build confidence and make sure that everyone leaves with pride and dignity when they come to the suite.
So not only are we going to do the pantry, the resource hub is going to serve as a community resource hub. So we have a plethora of subject matter experts that's going to come in and lend their expertise to any women that come past and use the pantry services. We'll be doing resume building. We'll be doing job searching,
Interview skills.
Interview skills, mock interviews, just a holistic wraparound service to support women and families.
So who can take part in this, you know, and how do people sign up? And also, maybe, is there a schedule of, so maybe I'm interested in tightening up my resume and, you know, on the other hand, maybe I need some advice on what to wear to a job interview because it's been so long. Are you going to have a schedule of different services and who can take part in it?
Everyone can take part in it. You self-identify that you need the help. We're not asking, there's no barriers in place. We're not even asking for IDs. You self-identify. We have 6 questions that you answer, and we're going to trust that you're answering those questions honestly, and then you have access to everything that we offer. We're going to have Monday and Tuesday. We have 2 phone numbers that you can call. We also have an email. But Mondays and Tuesdays are appointment only, and Wednesdays will be our walk-in days, and we're going to do that from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m.
We also have a monthly schedule of different classes and themes that we'll be working around. So that information will be on our website, social media. We'll be constantly announcing them as much as possible.
I love that. And let me just make sure that I have that website because a lot of people are going to want to, you know, sort of tap into these great resources. Can you give us the website?
Sure. It's pagegroupfoundation.org.
Okay, and we'll find it there. How did this collaboration come together? Because LaToya, I know you are the founder of Milestone Elevation Community Development, Tamika, the CEO of Page Group Foundation. How did this partnership come together between you two?
We are 2 friends connected by hard work. We had the same passion, same drive. As we mentioned, we have a community called Sister Friends. So we were connected. We did a few events together. And then we decided to, because we were committed to the hard work, like, let's take it to the next level and really partner and do the work. She has the same work ethic that I have. We just went to bed like 4 o'clock this morning.
Okay.
We're better together. We are the yin and the yang. We work very well together, and we always show up with an attitude of gratitude and servitude. And so that's just what connects us. We are here for the people. We know that together we can service more.
And Tamika, let me give you the last word here. What do you hope the real impact is for women who come to the Resource Hub? What do you want them to leave with?
So actually, IMPACT is an acronym for inspire, motivate, promote, activate, change, and thrive. And that is what we want the ladies to lead with. We want to be the cornerstone of the community that's providing help and from a safe space, which is acceptance plus listening minus judgment equals a safe space.
Wonderful. Well, much success to you. Thank you for all that you're doing to help women just get us to get exactly where we need to be with all of life's challenges, especially right now. We appreciate you both. And we appreciate you. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I want to continue to share stories that uplift. You can email us at getuplifted@WUSA9.com. You can reach out to me on X, Instagram, Facebook, or our Get Up DC social pages and join the conversation just by using that hashtag GetUpDC. You can get your daily dose of Get Uplifted every morning at 5 on Get Up DC, and you can also find these stories on our website and our YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in. Stay uplifted.